Hi, Ollie Whitfield. Thank you for joining me as one of my first guests on my new Resilient Entrepreneur show. You're a partner at Slingshot Content and have been a business owner for about a year now, right?
Yeah, maybe 18 months, a year, something like that. It's all gone quite quickly.
Very awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm really excited to get to hear more about your entrepreneur journey and get to know you a little bit better. For the intro, I like to start with this really fun game. So, we're going to answer these questions in 5 words or less to get to know you and your business a little bit better.
Okay.
Who was your first hire in your business?
Oh God. A video editor who is pulling up trees. He's doing a great job.
Awesome. And what is the best software tool that you're using that you really can't live without?
I won't say ChatGPT. It's meant to be quickfire. Why can't I think of one? Canva. We use it all the time. I'm bad at design. It makes me look somewhat competent.
I love Canva. Yes, agreed. And what is your favorite AI tool?
In the face of can't think of another one, I use ChatGPT all the time. I have the paid one. I use it more personally than I do professionally. Actually, it's weird that I am able to use it that much, but I was really skeptical of it, and now I use it all the time.
Awesome. Awesome. I agree. I use ChatGPT almost every day. And do you prefer to hire full-time contractors, outsource projects, or fractional for your talent?
Fractional hyphen contracted because you can often get similar or the both at the same time. Suits our business model. Means we can pick out the best people for the job, whatever say like size or shape the job is.
Right? Flexible to fit your needs. I love it.
Mhm.
Perfect. So I know you've been in business now for a little over a year, almost 2 years. What is your proudest achievement as a business owner, and how did it happen?
We struggled a lot with the business development. We do something that a lot of people say that they do. Everyone in marketing thinks that they do something unique, and to try and say that to people without saying everything that everyone else says is quite difficult. So naturally, we had found, and as marketers, we're not salespeople, so we don't get that much practice. We really turned a corner, and within one day of a new piece of positioning, we'd had two or three yeses for a new product, which actually came from networking calls. We weren't particularly trying to pitch it. It's more just when you explain it to people, you're getting the at bat of explaining what you do, but said in a new way. So what had really hamstrung us was particularly what outputs do you get for what price, and why is that important? Like pretty important elements of any pitch, let's be honest. But it was really about like what are the elements that you get? What's the outcome? We couldn't say it in a clear enough way that people got it. So then just inherently the value is intangible. It's hard to know what you're buying, and therefore it's out the window. You got no chance. So we really changed like the offer, quote unquote. I'm not a big fan of the word, but the specific what you get for how much, and the guarantee that you also have if you don't like it. There's a quality refund sort of guarantee there if you're not happy with it, no questions asked. Not every business can do it. We have it on our lowest tier package as we're not going to get ripped off by people abusing it. But I was shocked by how quickly just saying that new version of the same thing, just with a couple extra bells and whistles and ways of doing it, people are like, oh, like I'd be stupid to not try that at that price and that quality level based on your portfolio. We would be desperate for that the week before. We just didn't know how to get you to say that, and unfortunately we've been able to.
I love that. Take some of the risk out of it for the business owner to make it like a no-brainer level of pricing. And I think a lot of companies struggle with the keeping the offer simple and easy for a yes, and then you could always upgrade later. You don't have to sell the premium level package. You just need to get the customer in the door, right? So I love that. I love that. So on the premise of you found what worked, I'm assuming there was a lot of failure, mistakes, setbacks on the journey to get to that achievement and that success as well. And we all know that being a business owner is very challenging, and no business is all peaks without valleys. So tell me about a mistake or a hard lesson that you had to learn during your growth journey.
Yeah, so right about as I started out, I really left a corporate job knowing and wanting to do it myself. I had 10 years or 10 to 12 years of contacts and people who thought well of me, had, done multiple projects with me, who can see all of the range of things that I could do. So I felt pretty confident in, much as the list wasn't 300 names long, I could get some work out of my immediate peer group, not even trying to do the LinkedIn thing and get known. So I felt great about that. I really built a lot of pipeline, air quotes, from the the back end of the year, and over Christmas, it just dissipated. I came back, I couldn't close anything in time. Then the holidays came, and December was like a half month. I come back to January, and I was at this point where I knew, am I any good at this? Because I think business is a personal sport, and if it's the one that you like, if you can do a business for yourself, about yourself, you can do any type of business. You learn, like, it's the ultimate crux, really, of what are you going to be able to do. So I put all of this weight and pressure on myself about, if you can't do it, you suck at the minute, and that's like, I can't handle that. So not getting anywhere with it, plus just financially I wanted to do a lot better. Obviously, who doesn't? That was so difficult. I made it like infinitely harder for myself to just get some positive news to happen, and it took a long time to just swallow. It's January, like it's the end of January. None of this pipeline I thought I had was meaningful, and like the number sounded great. The number was actually 0 in the end. That sounded really bad, like worse than bad. Really difficult to deal with. Hard lesson learned. I still sometimes think things are going to close when they don't. Like, who doesn't have that? But I'm pretty scrupulous about, is this actually a real deal, or is this just like a series of yeses? That stuff now, I don't ever want to deal with or feel like that again. It was horrible, especially when I got started and just what the personal implications were. No, thank you, never again.
Yeah. And that's why this is called the resilient entrepreneur, right? Because sales and business ownership, you have to get through a lot of the tough times and the dry spells and the no's. And it's easier to sell when you have the positive momentum and you're coming off of a win than it is when you're like after repeated no's in that valley, and you kind of like lose that hope and optimism. And then you also got to remember, like, it's not necessarily a personal reflection, like the timing, annual, seasonal timing of the year of customers, just you're not offering the right product for a customer's need at that moment in time, right? I feel that way right now in the summer too. I feel like we're not hitting our numbers as much as we want to in the summer months as people are on vacation. I constantly am getting rescheduled on in the month of July, so my calendar doesn't look as busy or full as I wanted it to look with real prospect meetings. And then I just got to remember, like, it's summertime. Just take this time to enjoy yourself. It will come around again, right? In August, or I think December, January, and July and August are seasonally slower months, right? Slower months
As
for
long as your
business.
pipe's full, rest of the year around it, you could take the good with the bad. But if the whole thing
Yeah.
doesn't look too good, that's a different problem.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. If you're in a negative spiral that lasts longer than a month or two, I guess, right? How long is that dry spell? Awesome, awesome. Well, then the fun part is we get to talk about what's next, and tell me about the future and your plans for growth at your company. I'd like to do this the same way we did the beginning section, so short, less than 5 word answers if possible. What is on the plan for you to grow your business for the rest of this year?
Put simply, scale.
Perfect. And what is your first step you're taking towards that goal?
There's two. Content and selling.
Got it. And how are you? Oh, well, how are you planning on doing that?
Content, we have a series. The selling is networking.
And do you see any obstacles in your way?
Content performance, we do a bad job, it doesn't work.
Hmm. And how can I help?
How can you help? Who do you know that needs great marketing, Kate? Said on the nose.
Lots of new businesses, right? All right, so get you some list of referrals. Referrals are always great.
And if you
Speaking of
know
refer,
people who do editors, we're going to run into needing more video editors. The more that we scale, more clients. So that in the end will be one too.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you for being open and honest and vulnerable and sharing your story about being a resilient entrepreneur on my show. In the spirit of asking for referrals, now that you've been on my show, who do you recommend for me to interview next?
Oh, good one. I'll nominate my friend and client James Donaldson. He should come on and do it. He'll enjoy it.
Okay.
I'll think of a few more. My partner Alex, he can do it. Let's get him on. Um, in one of the posts, I will tag like 10 people.
Oh, love that. Thank you. Help me go viral with this new Resilient Entrepreneur show. There's a lot of stories
Done.
I'd like to
Tick.
learn. All right. Well, thank you very much. This has been really fun, and I appreciate you being one of my first guests and helping me launch the new podcast.
My pleasure. Crush it.
Any parting words?
Parting words. Great show. You made me think. I felt under pressure, just like I did on those sales calls when I had no yeses in a long time. A bit sweaty and uncomfortable, but got through it, and I consider this was a win. So good, and thank you, and let's get you some more people on too.
Perfect. Thank you so much.